Now, a good friend of mine, Representative Louis Gohmert, probably get him in trouble with the leadership now. How are you, my friend?
Well, Mark, there's no way to get me in more trouble. I mean, I've been passed over for chairmanships and committees and whatnot, so no, there's nothing you can do to hurt me. And, in fact, I just hope I don't hurt your listenership. So, anyway.
Now, my listeners love you, Louis. Let me tell you something. The public is keen to what's going on here. The public is well aware of what's going on here, that now we're going to have a separate vote on these slush funds in Obamacare, and all that means is, like the repeal vote, it'll go to Harry Reid, and he'll kill it right in the crib.
Of course he will.
So the continuing resolution was the vehicle to use this. I don't need to tell you. You're well aware of this. So why did we have to work so hard to get Republicans to do what they tell the voters they're going to do?
Well, one thing I've seen is we really got some great people that came up here this time of this election, the way Tea Party folks, and, you've done a great job. And I tell you, Liberty and Tyranny did such a good job of helping people understand what we're up against and what we're trying to protect. But those same people with the great, well-intentioned ideas came up here, and some of us tried to warn, look, if you come up here and you have a committee you've just got to get or some position, then we're going to lose you. We may have lost you already. And what some do is come with the idea, I've got these good ideas, I'm going to help America, I'll sacrifice anything and everything, and then they have their head turned a little bit by someone saying, you know what, with your brains and your ability, if you get this committee, you get this position, you get that, man, you will be able to save America. You'll be able to get through all these things you want to do, but we just need you to be a team player. We just need you to help us out here and there, and then maybe you didn't get your A committee next time, but I promise you, you'll get it in 2 years from now. Just hold us, help us as a team. And so they still mean well. They still got the best of intentions for the country, but they're buying into this thing that, I'm telling you, Mark, we heard it in 2006 when we were getting ready to lose the majority. We heard it, man, did we hear it, the week of that the TARP vote, it failed on Monday. The rest of the week we start hearing about how we've got to come together as a team and vote for the Wall Street bailout. And then we've been hearing that since December. In December, look, this is the best deal we can get on this tax extension, is to add another $55 billion in debt on top of it. But the most important thing for all of us as Republicans is we stay united. Heard it in '06, heard it in December, heard it in September for the Wall Street bailout of '08, and we're hearing it now. We have got to stay united. And I agree, but I want to stay united on the things that we were sent here to do. And bless their hearts, some they mean so well, but by golly, it's just hard to get people to see what we're doing. And some don't understand. I don't know if it's they've never played poker. You don't show people your hand and say, now, what are the bets? You know, and if you tell people we're going to vote for the tax extension, we're going to vote for the debt ceiling, we're going to vote for the CR, then you're not going to get anything good on the table.
Well, Louis, haven't they figured out the reason Obama is screwing around, the reason Harry Reid doesn't care, it's because they already know, I don't want to put you on the spot, they already know that the Republican leadership, let me put it that way, has given up all its cards. Well, they've already turned them face up on the table.
Yeah. Well, and I tried to explain to our guys, back on the first 2 weeks CR, there were 6 of us that voted no as Republicans, and they get the idea that, gee, it'll really help us with Harry Reid to show him how united we are. No, it won't. You need to show him that you've got a bunch of right-wing folks up here who are only going to vote for defunding Obamacare and defunding Planned Parenthood and those kind of things, and let's get them out here on the table and let's take a stand. Reagan got it. Reagan would go out and do fundraisers for people that were on his far right, nipping at him, because he knew it's a good thing when you got people to your right fussing at you. It helps you keep from drifting to the left.
Well, let me just say this. I don't think it's even on the far right now. The utter and complete unconscionable irresponsibility of this government, and that includes the House of Representatives, where all spending bills are initiated.
That's supposed to be.
It is so outrageous. They're going to collapse our society. That is why there was a massive electoral landslide in November. Nobody gives a damn about a House rule, which has been waived before, but they won't waive now. Nobody gives a damn about symbolic votes that are going to go down in flames as soon as they hit Harry Reid's desk. We demand action, and we're not demanding a hell of a lot. We demand that Obamacare be defunded. It was funded improperly. They snuck it through, and if we can't even get a vote today that addresses that tries to chip away at it, instead we're getting symbolism, which we know will go down to defeat, then there needs to be more change. That's my personal opinion.
Well, of course we're going to have some more votes in the Senate, and 54 votes in the House is not going to do it. But you're so smart. You see what's happening, but here we are. The Democrats are going to push us and push us. 2-week CR here, 3-week CR here, and then we get pushed up against approving the budget for next year, and then we get pushed up against the vote on the debt ceiling. And
tomorrow, it's always tomorrow.
They throw us up. Yeah, and then they throw us a bone for all three of them when we should be standing firm on each one of these as we go and getting this country back on track. You say you're not demanding a whole lot, but actually, you are. You're demanding that we actually do what we said we would do when we got elected. Mm-hmm. That seems like a lot, doesn't it, Mark?
Yeah, it's really a pain in the neck running for office, isn't it? And doing what you're supposed to do. But you know what? There were 54 Republicans. I don't think the leadership thought that many would vote against him. They moved this vote up to today because I think they were starting to bleed. But I'm going to tell you something, Congressman. They pull this again. We're going to get 100 votes against them, and if not more. And I don't care who these freshmen are. Some of them came on my program, begged to come on my program. We're looking for help, donations, and votes. I'm going to go through this list more carefully tonight after the program. I'm not bringing these people back on my program. They're on their own. I have no desire in promoting people that, number one, are not faithful to their own voters, and number two, when the hell are we going to start this process? There's trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars being spent. They're being put in place where we're not going to be able to unravel this damn thing, not just Obamacare, the massive debt in the next 2 or 3 years, and we're dancing around over $6 billion? Are they out of their minds? Don't answer that. That's rhetorical.
Well, it's not necessarily. Some would tell you I'm out of my mind. But you look at $6 billion in cuts. Okay, that's 1.5 days deficit. We're running a $4 billion a day deficit right now. And you've preached about it. We cannot keep this going for much longer. I mean, we're going to lose the dollar as the reserve currency. People are going to quit taking dollars for oil, and you want to talk about a spiral downward. But the whole thing is we can salvage this. We can get back on track if we will just do what we said when we got elected. And but you got to be smart. You got to take a stand, and I'm hoping that people are seeing that. But I emailed my staff when I was on my way back from conference this morning that this is the second most depressed I've been after a conference. The most depressed was the morning when it was clear we were going to vote for the Wall Street bailout. And it's just more of that. Gee, it's so important we stay united. It's okay to abandon free market principles if you're saving the free market. No, it isn't. If you have to abandon free market principles, it's not worth saving. Mm-hmm. So I just happen to think it is, and I know you do too.
Plus, Congressman, it's a false choice. They give us these false choices. This is the best we can do. No, this is the best you can do. It's not the best we can do. And why should we stand together to dismiss the principles we stood on during the election? Why would you stand together and do that?
Well, you mentioned Thad McCotter. He had a great line back in December when we were told this tax extension where we add another $55 billion to our debt is the best we can do. McCotter said that's like saying, that's like Custer saying, come on, boys, we've got to attack now before we have more of us get here. You know, it's insane. We had 60-plus new people coming in, and we've got to attack now before they get here. How is it that that's the best leverage you can have before our reinforcements come? But anyway, we've got a lot of work to do, and I tell you, there are just some great guys in our conference. And so many, I mean, they really mean well.
All right, but listen to me. You need to get along with you need to get along. They're great guys. They need to step up. This is enough already. You know why I'm doing this, Louie? For my kids, for your kids, for everybody else's kids. That's what we're worried about, the next generation. And you know what? Marco Rubio was here and said, this is spiraling out of control so fast, he said. It's not even about our kids. This is happening 5, 6, 7 years down the road. And you know what he said yesterday? I'm not playing these games anymore. I'm not voting for the House CR when it comes over here to the Senate.
Good. I didn't know what his position would be. But exactly, I've told my wife, you know, I love this country and I love everybody, but I tell you, if some tragedy happened to my kids, I don't think I could make myself keep doing this.
Right.
It just, you know.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. You get it. You understand, and I just am grateful.
Well, God bless you, my friend.
We got some more educating to do, and thanks so much, Mark.
All right. You take care.